a visual extension of my podcast of the same name, where we seek to dispel the idea that all Black people are monolithic. This next guest, he's a treat. He's been trying to get on here for a minute. Finally, we worked it out. Former co-worker, DJ extraordinaire, Miami native, a proud Miami native, signed to DJ Khaled's label, morning show host, DJ Nasty 305, because I think there's another one, but DJ Nasty 305. Hi, Nasty.
You better not ever forget that 305. Believe that.
You know I'm triggered by
Never
my
ever in life.
You know I'm triggered by Florida, okay?
Never ever in life.
Nasty,
What's happening?
How are you?
So how about this, right? In this interview, being that we know each other so well, I'm going to teach you some things today. So I'm going to teach you some 305 lingo. So normally we would say hello, hey, how you doing? Nah. This interview is going to be what they do.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm going to talk like how Nasty talk. Good music. What they do.
There you go. Like, and teach some 305 lingo because you didn't get none of that when you was down here. You
I didn't want any of it. I didn't want any of it. It was okay. I was fine being who I was when I lived down in South Florida for 13 months.
I get it, but I'm saying like I didn't even have enough time to give you the real deal sights and sounds of the crib. Like you ain't eat no conch. You didn't have no.
I did.
Oh, you ate some conch.
I tore what's his name stuff up. I was like, oh, this is good, and then it ran through my stomach the next day.
No, my God.
But that's why I come with
no sauce. You ain't get a chance to get no sauce, no griot. You know what I'm saying? Like no jumu soup. You ain't get none of that. The vibes. See, they don't have that in New York. All they got in New York is cold and snow. That's it. I don't like none of that. Cold and snow, baby. I don't like none of that.
That's fine. Cold and snow. I'm okay with all of that. But no, I'm so glad that you were somebody that I got to. I miss you too. I'm glad we got to really lock in. Like all jokes aside, like shits and giggles. Like you were really a lifeline for me. In addition to Tap, who I interviewed for the podcast as well.
Yeah,
and so
Tap got lucky. He got boss status, so he got in first before I did. But it's all good. That's my dog.
Oh my God. Yes. So Nasty, you are a part of the Trick and Trina morning show that basically came about when I left to go back to New York.
Yeah.
But you were part of 99 Jams before it became corporate, before it moved to where it was and got owned by Cox. The radio industry has also been in flux, and I'm curious on how do you think the pandemic changed even the Miami market and radio overall, but from the talent perspective, right? Because when I talk to Tap, he's a programmer, but the talent perspective also has affected people as well because iHeart was doing a lot of layoffs. People are still doing layoffs for talent, and your local talent. So,
yeah, they still doing layoffs now. People still getting cut left and right. I'm just in a blessed situation where, the axe hasn't came down on me. But don't get it twisted. A lot of people, this pandemic hurt a lot of people. And it showed the radio world as far as the corporate side is concerned. We don't need all these people. We don't need all these people. We can still do what we need to do with less amount of people and just have the people that we have just do more. That's it. But that's just corporate America, period. Less is more. We can get more out of you. That's what we're going to do. So I'm just not a talent anymore. I do a little bit of programming. I do producing. I produce now. I do a lot. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot. So it's more than just being a talent per se.
Do you think the pandemic affected major markets like a Miami in a major way, or do you think it's kind of similar across the board?
You better believe it affected everybody. No market was less affected. I think everybody was equally affected. It ain't no different. Same thing in New York. They got affected just like we did down here. No difference. You know what I'm saying? So no, I think the pandemic hurt everybody equally. But some people, I guess the saying, only the strong survive. That is very pertinent with this particular situation because only the strong people really survive. Like real talk. And luckily, again, thank God, luckily I was one of those strong people and was able to
Right.
survive and get through this whole thing. And I mean, it's still going on now though, but I mean, we all right.
We gonna be all right. I
We all
think
right.
there's a lot of shuffling that's also been happening with local talent, syndicated talent.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a threat to local talent moving forward in the near future after the pandemic or when things start to settle in? Or do you think it's just kind of we're just going to have to see how things play itself out in the market regardless?
Every market is different. You know what I'm saying? Certain markets they need local talent. You need it because, like more of the major markets, I would say, because you know what I'm saying. Every major market has its own specific uh, niche, as you would say. You know what I'm saying? So Miami is totally different from New York. So it would make no sense for somebody from New York to come down and syndicate. Like the Breakfast Club makes no sense. Like is it makes no sense. It's a loser. I said it. It's a loser. You know what I'm saying? It's losing because nobody wants to hear what's going on in Brooklyn here. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody in Timbuktu, Iowa, they would love to know what's going on in New York, or they would love to know what's going on in Miami. That I'm not gonna say it's 77 degrees right now. They would love to know that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 4 degrees, snowing like crazy. Well, in Miami, it's 77. It's amazing 77 too. Like I'm in shorts. Like it's great. But like I said, every major market is different. Um, I think you will always need local talent in the major markets. Smaller markets, you can get away with syndication. I've always felt like that. But major markets, local wins always. Local always wins.
So with you also DJing, during the pandemic, D Nice broke or just certain things turned up with D Nice DJing on Instagram and Instagram allowing him to just have a place and a space for people to come together during these difficult and challenging times. That also opened up Pandora's box, right? For everyone to hop on and do similar things. Do you think that with the evolution and everything that happened during the pandemic, do you think that turntabling, like, are we seeing a full circle moment? Because everyone could be a DJ. A lot of these artists started popping up and DJing, and he busted out with his turntables. Do you think it's a full? Do you think it was a full circle moment for us to come back to turntabling?
No, I don't think D Nice really did anything that big. He just has a platform, and there's certain people that are attached to his platform. Before the pandemic, before the pandemic, Instagram Live was already available. I was on Instagram Live 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing special. It just so happened it's just D Nice. And he is a person that has a major platform and a lot of major people and major celebrities know who he is. That's it. He didn't do anything that was so great. It just so happened Michelle Obama jumped on his live and was like, oh my God, I'm having a great time. And Oprah jumped on and was like, oh God, I'm having a great time. And people are trying to follow us. That's it. He didn't do nothing that was so great.
But he corralled a lot of people, Nasty, and everyone really started. And I'm not to say that people weren't DJing before, but it just was exacerbated when D Nice did it, right? And then you started
Yeah,
seeing.
because you don't expect a guy like that to get on a social media platform to just play records. You don't. Those are things you don't expect. So it was like it was more shock value than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more shock. Oh shit, D Nice is on Instagram. He DJing. Let me tune in. Again, like people are followers. Like again, we was on Instagram Live 3 years ago. Been doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like here locally, people know what's going on. Like here in the Miami area, but nationally, people probably didn't know what was going on as far as me, my personal is concerned. But I mean, you know, D, and again, I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a great guy, great DJ. But people have been doing that, so it ain't nothing new. It just so happened he was just one of those guys. He just had the platform, and now everything. I don't know if it's coming full circle, but I think a lot of people are starting to tap into the field. But again, like I said before, only the strong survive. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can go get a MacBook Pro, anybody can get some headphones, anybody can go grab a controller, anybody can do it. But the question is, what do you do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you take all of this equipment and become the best? It don't just happen overnight. It come with work. You know what I'm saying? And D put in work. I put in work. A lot of DJs, a lot of these big dog DJs, they put in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And that's why if you notice, you only see those people always consistently working. They always work. You know what I'm saying? And thank God, like people have classified me as one of those people, and I've been working. You know what I'm saying? Actually, been making more money through the pandemic, way more money.
Well, we also know Florida didn't shut down completely, but you're not also staying in Florida to do your work. You've been traveling as well.
I'm traveling. I'm all
Hmm.
over the country. I'm all over the country. Oh yeah, nah, Atlanta, New York, L.A., Dallas, Houston,
Hmm.
wherever the bag is, we going to get it. Believe that.
How long have you been DJing, Nasty? And what do you think about the evolution or the art of DJing? Do you feel like it's been watered down because, you know, DJing was associated with artistry or hip hop, and then all of a sudden you got artists, not going to name all the artists, that all of a sudden are DJs now, or like know how to DJ and can DJ a party, and they get celebrity DJs, but these people weren't in it. Do you think that makes a difference? What
No,
do you,
I think people have appreciated the craft. And like me, I taught T Pain how to DJ. Nobody knows that. You know what I'm saying? But Pain, I remember vividly, Pain coming to me and was like, "Hey, I want to learn how to DJ," and I hooked him up with a record pool. And what he would do is go into his room at his house. This is before he was T Pain, and he would lock himself in a room and he would practice. What we call it working out. It's like when people go to the gym and work out. It's the same thing. You work out with turntables, that type of shit. So that's what Payne would do. He would literally go in his room, lock himself in the room, and he would work out until he learned the actual craft of being a DJ. So I don't think it's watered down. I think a lot of people think it's easy. I think a lot of people think that the business is very lucrative, which it is, but I don't think people really understand what you're getting into when you really got to get into it. I don't think people really understand the real artistry and the real craft. But again, only the strong survive. And those real creative people, they always come out. They always, you know what I'm saying? They always come out. So I don't think it's watered down. I think it's saturated. I do think it's saturated. I think there's a lot of people that don't need to be in it. I think there's a lot of people that are in it for the wrong reasons. But watered down, no, I don't think it's watered down.
saturated makes more sense. What is your advice to people that are budding DJs? I mean, you made that shit look so easy, and I had no problem popping up wherever you were when you were DJing in South Florida because I was like, damn, like, because I am a audiophile. I listen to music, I hear transitions, I hear ad libs, I hear everything, and I would always cringe at a terrible transition. I'm like, why did he or she use that song to transition into this song, right? Like, what is your advice to people that are looking to get into this field, Nasty?
Man, you just gotta have you first of all, you gotta love it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people again, they do it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta love it. First of all, like I had a lot of people back when I first got in, like a lot of people shitted on me and a lot of people didn't believe in me. I ain't believe in myself at one point. because I really didn't know what I was doing, but I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, bless up my man DJ Chuck. You know, he taught me how to work out. So I learned how to work out properly. And once I learned how to work out properly, then I just took it to a whole nother level. Added my own little sauce, my own little flavor. And you know what I'm saying? We just took it to the house. That's 305 talk. Take it to the house. But don't hate. It's all good. Don't hate. But I mean, yeah, like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I really don't have no advice. My only advice is you gotta love it. If you don't love it, don't do it. Just because you can get a MacBook Pro and put 20,000 records in means nothing. I don't mean shit. It's what you do with those records. Is how you create with those records. Because I could take 50 records and go into a party and fuck the party up with 50 records. You know what I'm saying? Like literally 50 records and fuck it up. Legendary. For 2 hours with the same 50 records. You know what I'm saying? So like you got to really love what you do. You got to love it.
And you're not lying because I've witnessed it time and time. I mean, whenever I have an event, I'm thinking to myself like, "Ooh, how can I incorporate nasty into the things?"
Yeah.
No, I thoroughly enjoy. Like I thought I wanted to DJ, and so I thoroughly enjoy and have respect for the craft and people that actually do it and do it freaking well. And you are definitely one of those people that I admire.
I appreciate
Um,
it. It makes me feel great, Church.
no, dead ass. That's New York speak. Let me stop.
A dead ass.
No, but dead ass. But no, seriously, nasty. Like I always like that's why sometimes like even when I was tired because I was in the morning slot when Ricky Smiley had the show that I had come down to be the local host for, and I would literally like even if I was tired, like I would literally listen to you all at night because I just wanted to hear you mix. Like it was past my bedtime, but I was just like, now I gotta hear what Nathan's doing because you would. I mean, like you talked your shit, but I was just like, I'm not even mad. Big Leo energy.
Yeah,
Uh,
big time.
you were also good at what you did.
No, I mean, you know, I just wanted to just create a vibe and create energy that just people, you know what I'm saying, would want to get up, you know what I'm saying, to listen to. And at that particular time when you were here, it was 9 o'clock at night, Miami nightlife, people getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever it is they're about to do, if it's slang dope or go to work or go to the club or, you know what I'm saying, have orgies or whatever the case may be. At least I was the soundtrack for it. You know what I'm saying? So that was really, I really prided myself. And on top of that, the fact that Khaled was in that particular slot before me, uh, I felt like there was a purpose, and I felt like there was a torch that I couldn't um, let burn out. You know what I'm saying? I felt very obligated in that particular time slot.
Well, that's the perfect transition because you're signed to DJ Khaled's label, and I don't. For someone that may not know, like, what does that mean for someone that has all the skill sets that you have?
Hold on,
How did you connect with Khaled?
let me pull
Oh,
that out.
okay,
Just,
okay,
like
okay.
just in case. Let
We the best. We the best.
me see.
Yes.
Should I put that
But
out?
what? But what does that mean? And people have things that they aspire to, right? So when I went down to Florida and it wasn't the experience that I thought, I did. I took what I needed for that year, and then I bounced. But like I know for me, my aspirations are building a media empire, hosting my own late night talk show, different things like that. So what is the aspiration for a DJ, and how did that lead you to being signed to Khaled? And what does that look like?
Well, me and Khaled, first of all, Khaled didn't know who I was. He knew, but he didn't know. So he was really a motivational tool for me. And like we would see each other and he was like, and just keep it rocking. Like, you know, I wasn't one of those big dogs yet. So it just motivated me to work and really put in work and really put in groundwork and really just like, nah, I gotta make it my business for him to notice who I am. So when I got into the building, he was out and now I'm in the building and well, he dropping records. He dropping big records, big anthems. He just dropping them.
And this is pre-Cox Media, to be clear. This is when y'all like it was in the hood. You said like it
Yeah,
wasn't
like
owned, but it was.
he dropping big records. We taking over. I'm So Hood. Like he dropping big ass records. So now, for me, I didn't have a mindset, but this is how it all came to fruition. For me, it's like, all right, I'm gonna take these records, I'm gonna make these records huge in the street. And once I make them huge in the street, now he gonna say, well, who the fuck is this guy? But it's all gonna come full circle because of the fact that now I'm on the radio in your slot. And you like, who the fuck is this guy? Well, it's the same guy that was in the street. So now all of that comes to fruition. So one day he comes in the building and he's like, yo, Nas. He pulls me to the side, he's like, yo, Nas. Like, yo, bro, like, I hear you. He's like, bro, you sound like me. I said, huh? He said, nah, Nas, you sound like me. Like, your talk game is super legendary. I'm like, oh shit, like this is what I've wanted for this guy to recognize who I am. And when he told me that, I said, all right, so now I gotta crank this thing up to another level. So now I'm going ape shit. I'm going ape shit now. So one day we were out somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but we were out somewhere. And his guy, his name is Jay Ones pulled him to the side like, yo, we gotta sit down with Cali. He wanna holler at you. All right, that's cool. You know, I'm working though, but nah, that's cool. So it was around my birthday time. I want to say this is like 2014, 15, something like that. Yes, I think it was 15. And I was just joking. And I was like, yo, Khaled, I need a piece for my birthday. You should have a piece for me ready. Well, he had it. And I was like, oh, shit. And I got this FedEx package in the mail. And I saw it. And it was this. And I was like, the fuck is... So I called him. Like, he's like, yo, bro, happy birthday. I was like, yo, appreciate it. He's like, yo, enjoy it. I'm like, fuck, this nigga gave me a piece. It's like some Rockefeller shit to me. And then a couple months later, he calls and he's like, yo, I gotta do something for you. So I'm like, all right. So he's like, yo, I would need you to meet me at this school. It was Nova Southeastern. And it just so happened that particular day he had a show. So I was like, all right. So I go, I pull up, he's like, yo, come sit in the car. You got a Phantom, stars in the roof. If you remember, he used to have a saying like stars in the roof, superstars in the coupe. That was his thing. Because he was like one of the few DJs that's got a Wraith. So he's like, yo, I want you to sit in the car now. So I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting in the car. I'm scared as fuck because this is a fucking Wraith. This is like $300,000 car. And I'm sitting in this fucking car. He's like, yo, Nas. He's like, yo, Nas, you my brother. Like, Nas, like, you my brother. And I'm like, nah, like, you my brother, bro. Like, you don't know what you done for me. Nah, Nas. Nah, Nas. Like, Nas, you my brother, Nas. So I'm like, yo, I appreciate it. He's like, yo, bro, I need you on the team. Huh? He's like, nah, Nas, like, I need you on the team. I'm like, bro, like, I'm a part of the team. Like, what you mean? Like, nah. I'm going to show you what I mean. I was like, all right. So we backstage. And I'm like, one's like, what the fuck is he talking about? He's like, yo, Nas, just chill. I'm like, nah, bro, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Nas, just chill. I'm like, all right. I'm chilling. Nervous, but I'm chilling. Goes out on stage. He light the whole fucking ring. He light it up. He stops his show. He's like, yo, I want to introduce Miami Zone. You hear him on the radio every night. 7 o'clock in the Pac Jam. He's We the Best on now. Y'all make some noise for DJ Nasty. Miami Zone. Like, what the fuck? Yo, Nas. And like, crowd is going ape shit. Like, that shit was crazy. And he tells the other Nasty, because the other Nasty in Orlando is DJ. He's like, yo, drop that. And he did All I Do Is Win. again for like the 50th time. And the crowd goes nuts. Everybody goes nuts. And he gave me a hug. He's like, yo, bro, like, welcome to the team. Like, you're a part of the team. And we've been rocking ever since. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since. But it all just circles back to you got to work hard. Like, it's all hard work. And you never know who watching. You never know who listening. You never know who see you. You just never know. And he was watching and was watching for a minute. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, dog was like really watching. It's just mind boggling. You know what I'm
What
saying?
what falls under that type of deal? I mean, that you like quickly can speak on. Is it management? Is it setting you up to tour with other artists that he works with? What does
I
that
mean,
type of deal look like?
it's some of everything. It's pretty much whatever I want to do. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like he definitely has a major part of the management role, but I mean he just pretty much let me do my thing. You know, whenever I'm ready to drop records, I let him know like, yo, bro, like
he'll
I'm ready
push
to
it.
I'm ready.
So
And
he's
he's like,
the brass behind whatever support that you need.
yeah,
That's what's up. Mm-hmm.
anything I'm want to do, anything he just lets me have my whole creative control. Like, nah, Nas, do your thing, and we here, like you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no issue. It ain't like the team is there, everything is there. It's like we just all we gonna do is we gonna take the vision to the next level. We
Yeah.
gonna take we the best level because nobody rock how we rock, and it's like and it's true. Shit, nobody rock how he rock. Nobody.
Yeah. So turnkey. Yeah. 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 Before we get into this last segment, something I thought about because you're on the morning show, and shout out to my line sister for even kind of bringing this up. There's this whole thing around cancel culture and, addressing the elephant in the room on the show that you're on, the Trick and Trina morning show back in
Elephant.
June.
Elephants.
Did I say elephants? You said, what did I
You
say?
said elephants. Shout out to the elephants.
Oh, yes, elephants in the room, elephant.
Yeah.
Um,
Ah,
Trina reportedly had called protesters animals. But where is the balance between connecting your passion with your source of income, right? Because she shows up as her full authentic self. You show up as your full authentic self. Trick shows up as his full authentic self. Sometimes it's problematic and controversial, their thought points and their viewpoints and commentary. But the whole cancel culture, because people wanted her fired, and there was this whole thing that I was seeing on Twitter. But where do you feel like is there room to really be authentic in the space where you're connecting your passion and your income, especially again using the Trina comment as an example?
well, first of all, Trina's my sister. I love her to death. And I think people should not need to always pay attention to social media, even though that's the climate that we're in, and even though that is the quote unquote law. Um, when you pay attention to social media, you never get the full gist of what really it is. Trina never said she thought people were animals. She just thought the shit that happened to her friend at her store, animals did that. And that's a valid point. It's not the fact of she called anybody or any particular group of people animals. Whoever vandalized her friend's store, those are animals. I don't have a problem with her saying that. And again, that's her friend, and that's the way she felt. But the internet took the particular clip and made it something that it wasn't. Because I was in the room when she made the statement. I was literally sitting right there. And if at that moment in time I felt she was wrong, I would have immediately cut her shit off. But she wasn't wrong. That's just like if somebody come and vandalize your shit. You gonna be like, who the fuck these fucking animals vandalize my shit? You gonna say the same thing. Me, I'm gonna say the same thing. Well, I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm be like, these fuck niggas. It's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be way different. But when people go to talk about canceling people, again, like those are people that just, I honestly, in my personal opinion, I feel like they have no life. And I feel like you just rambling to hear yourself ramble, and you just want to quote unquote put yourself and make yourself feel like you're a part of something. You know what I'm saying? Because the same people that want to cancel Trina, she'll drop a record tomorrow, it'll go platinum, and they go buy it and support it. The same people. Because like she said it 6 months ago. I don't hear nobody talking about canceling her now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And again, like I just wanted to make sure to be clear. This wasn't just calling her out. It was more so just likening that example because you're on that show, but how cancel culture is this idea where we don't like or agree with something that someone says, don't have the full scope of things, and we're just like,
That's
cancel. So it's almost kind of like who's doing the canceling and then who gets canceled. I think a lot of times, and I could be wrong because I'm a Black woman, I think a lot of times it's easy to cancel Black women, right?
it's
Black women
easy.
are the least
It's easy.
protected.
It's easy to cancel anybody that's black.
Right. Right.
Not just black women, anybody.
Right. But I also feel like Black women are the least protected. Malcolm X said it, right? But I agree how it was easy to write Trina off without necessarily knowing the full clip. And again, it's reported comments.
Yeah,
People
like it
were
was just so
circulating that
funny.
clip.
Nah, it was so, what made it even funnier is that corporate America, they jumped on that shit like, oh my God, like, oh, but wait a minute. Y'all didn't, first of all, you did not even hear the entire bit or the entire clip, or only thing you took was what somebody recorded, took that particular piece, blasted on the net, a couple blog sites picked up and made it this humongous thing, and y'all follow that shit. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy as shit. And I'm like, nah, we can't
But
rock
for
like that.
cancel but for cancel culture, it only takes one incident for it to spiral out of
I
control.
agree. I agree. But I mean, that cancel culture is bullshit.
Mm.
I mean, excuse my French. I don't mean to be, but that's the way I feel about it. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like because if that's the case, cancel me. You can't cancel me because I'm gonna outwork you. You can't cancel me. I'm gonna outwork the shit out of you. As much work as you put in to cancel me, I'm gonna outwork you to show you that you ain't shit. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one. I don't rock with the cancel culture thing. I'm not cool with it. I don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the vibe for me.
To your point, yeah, cancel culture is something I don't think is going away, but I think we have to kind of look at the validity behind who's doing the canceling and what are we canceling people over. Um,
That's just bullshit.
last question before we get into this last segment, all of the things. What's next for you, Nasty? Like, what are you working on? What do you hope to work on? What do you hope for 2021 and as far as like business ventures and things that you can speak on?
2021. I just want to be alive. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tripping. I'm not worried about no business. I'm not worried about dropping no records. I done seen too many people die, and I just hope that I can just live to see 2022 and 23 and 24 and 25. You know what I'm saying? Like because like even me, I had like two people real close to me pass away over the last year. You know what I'm saying? So my grandfather and my aunt. Like I just buried my aunt Monday. You know what I'm saying? Buried my grandfather a couple months ago. So like that really bothered me. You know what I'm saying? It really, really bothered me. And I just feel like everything else as far as my career and all that stuff is gonna take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I always feel like that. I always feel like there's somebody that's just watching over me. And I feel like there's somebody that's in control of my destiny and my path. So I ain't really tripping about as far as the business and all. I ain't even tripping about that. Things that I would like to do. I would like to become a programmer. Those are the things that I would like to do. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like I plan on. Well, I hope to get the show syndicated. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping for that. Um, I'm hoping to drop some records. Um, we're gonna do some Love and Hip Hop stuff. Love and Hip Hop Miami stuff. We're gonna do some of that for season 4. Um, I mean, we just gonna continue outworking everybody. I'm getting ready to go on tour myself. DJ Nasty 305 tour. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna outwork everybody. But my main thing and my main focus is to be alive. Like that. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
I done seen too many, like, between my family and motherfuckers are getting shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? Stabbed up. Like, I'm like, fuck. I just want to be alive. You know what I'm saying? And I think maybe that's just me just being in a space where I'm getting older, getting a little
Hmm.
wiser. I'm moving a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that could be what it is because I move different, totally different than what I did 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, I move totally different. And
As
I
you
just,
should.
yeah, I mean, Biggie said more money, more problems. But I mean, more accolades, more problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But I mean, I'm still gonna outwork everybody though, regardless.
Hmm.
I don't give a fuck what happened. I'm gonna outwork the shit out of everybody. So I ain't tripping.
I love it. I love it. Getting into this last segment, all of the things, this is really lighthearted. Shout out to my line sister because I still wasn't into this until she brought it up. So, there's Valentine's Day, nasty, and then there's steak and BJ Day. Do you know about steak and BJ Day?
Yeah, steak and blowjobs. You better believe it. Suck the boy up. Suck him up.
Sir, 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 sir,
Oh,
sir.
my
Do
bad.
you
Shout out to your line sister. She's amazing, by the way.
do you celebrate? Which one do you celebrate?
Neither. Neither. I'm gonna
That's
tell
a
you
that's
why.
not a thing for you.
Nah, I'm
Okay.
gonna I'm gonna tell you why. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day because of the fact of there's no white little fucking whatever the fuck that is, Cupid or whatever. He's not gonna dictate and tell me on this particular day you have to do this, that, and the other. Nah, I don't rock like that. If that's the case, Valentine's Day is every day for me. I'm going to make sure that I spoil my partner. I'm going to make sure I take care of my partner. I'm going to sex my partner. I'm going to have conversations with my partner. I'm going to massage my partner. I'm going to suck her feet. I'm going to do all of that bubble bath. I'm going to do all of that every single day because this is my partner. And she puts me in a position for me to be happy. The only way I can reciprocate the happiness is by making sure she's good at all times, not just fucking February 14th. And with steak and BJ's, I mean, I like blowjobs. Like, I want to work and get a blowjob. I want to be in the bed going to sleep and get a blowjob. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work hard. I should be able to come home, drop my drawers, and get a blowjob. What's the problem with that? What?
Is this what you think about all the? Is this how like cis hetero men think? Like you just want a blowjob in every instance that you're moving and shaking in your day?
And like, I mean, like, because there are instances where women can't have sex. So, being that you can't have sex, what's the only other thing you can do to please a man?
Kiss him on his neck,
Suck
back
him up.
kisses, kiss
Suck
him
him
on
up.
his forehead.
Nah, yeah. That's baby shit. Okay, those are for babies. You kiss babies on the forehead.
Oh no, forehead kisses are very intimate, and nasty.
No, man. I mean, they are for women. For women.
Mm.
If I kiss a woman on the forehead, see, look at these lips. You see these lips? These are like super lips. Okay. If I kiss you on the forehead, you better believe you're going to tingle and like, ooh, I need more. Which means, yes, give me your neck. And it's gonna be like, ooh, shit, stop. This is too much. But then you're gonna say, no, I want some more. And then it'll be your other lips. And then you go like, oh, this is way too much. Like nasty. Like, Like, I need you in my life. Like, what is going on? This is too much.
Clutching necklaces and pearls. I'm Nancy, this is too much because I see you as family. I'm like, I don't want to know all these things. But I receive that you want to treat your partner like she is a queen. I love it.
Yeah, nah, you have to always do that. And see, with me, particularly with me, a lot of people they're afraid of somebody like me because of the business that I do. And uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in a strip club, I see naked women all the time and all that type of stuff. But none of that really interests me. I don't, it's all a facade. I go, I guess you say go with the flow, and I'm engulfed in the environment that I'm in. When I get out of the environment, all of that goes away. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But some people can't see that. But you got to be in it to really understand and know what it is. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but some people just look at the outside cover and like, oh no, he like those nasty bitches, and he like them nasty bitches and them fucking nasty, and all that. And it's like that turns me off. Like no other turns me off.
Right.
Cause it's like,
Because you're
damn,
trying to be in and out of those spaces anyways. Like you're there for work and work only.
I'm there for the bag.
Right.
To take the bag to go and treat you and make sure you're good.
Well, you brought up something that I want to we can end on is as far as like people, it almost sounds like you're saying like some women may be intimidated by you. Because I feel like I get that a lot, right? Like some people are like, oh my gosh, Georgette, you're beautiful, you're cute, you're this, you're that, you're amazing, I'm magical, I'm dope. And I'm single, right? Like I don't see it as a bad thing, but like I've had some men be intimidated by me. And I think what you're saying, or what it sounds like too, Nasty, is like it's easy for insecurities to pop up. Like if I have a man that works in the strip club, I went to the strip club with you and Matt. And this woman busted, I mean, like completely naked on the pole. And I was like, oh, okay, she's good. But men are very visual, right? And so I don't know what you're doing in the strip club. I don't know if I'm like sometimes like as some women, we may not feel like we're enough if you're in the strip club. So I think that's a real thing.
No, it's all entertainment, and it's
I
all
get it, but I just think insecurities tend to pop
it's
up. Have you had
entertainment.
women imitate? Huh?
It's entertainment, and it's like you said, it's a visual thing. It's a fantasy. None of it is real. It's all facade. It's all fantasy. So if there's a woman that it is was working in that environment, right, and she busting it wide open, you are fantasizing that hopefully maybe my girl could do the same thing, if not similar, or make it her own way to bust it open. But again, some women are so insecure they don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? They think, oh, you want to fuck that bitch. No, like, no, I want to fuck you like her.
But Nasty, can you blame someone for thinking that? Because men fuck some other people in the strip club. Like this is a thing.
That's true. But again, those are the ducks that you find. Like, unfortunately, I'm not that duck. I'm a swan. There's a difference. See?
Come on with this Leo energy. Okay, Swan. Uh,
Swan.
I'm not mad at it. I love it. I love it. I need to lean more into that. Like I think it took me a minute to lean
I
into
think
my
I,
my.
I think the best thing a woman could do is go to the strip club with a guy and just not on no fuck that bitch shit, but just on some open mind shit to just understand your partner, because he could be looking at that girl spending money on her, but if you really pay attention, you can get into his world and understand exactly, like, well, it's something about her. What is it? He picked her for a reason. What is it? You know what I'm saying? And not for you to mirror exactly what she does, but I mean, you can formulate ideas like, okay, well, she did that. Maybe let me try. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can't swing from the pole, but maybe I can swing on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just the idea giver. That's all. That's all I am.
I can't, Mr. Swan Nasty.
I
That's
just
what I'm gonna call you, Mr.
I,
Swan Nasty.
I just give ideas. That's all I do.
Nasty, how can they find you online?
Uh, well, Georgette is my manager, so you know.
I am not. Although I did act like your publicist for the BET Award, Hip Hop Awards last year.
You did a great job of that too, by the way.
Thank
But
you.
no, everything is all the same at DJ Nasty 305. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, blackpeoplemeet.net, Christian Mingle. Uh, yeah, it's all the same at DJ Nasty 305. The website, www.djnasty305. Everything is DJ Nasty 305. Everything.
You still have your app or no?
Tinder, DJ Nasty 305.
Do you still have your app?
Actually, I'm rebuilding my app.
Okay.
Yeah, like the first app I had was cool. You know, it was cool for what it was, but I'm in a different space in a different place. So like I gotta revamp.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, my first app cost me $800. This one cost me about 23,000. Yeah, 23,000.
I mean, that sounds about right. I think depending on the functionality and what you want people to do, it might make sense.
Now my app is out of control.
So what are people gonna be able to do on the app?
It's all type of shit.
I hope you're charging like $1.99 or something.
Nah, I mean, why? For what? I need people to get it. It's gonna be free for everybody.
But then maybe there's features that people can pay for.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of stuff you can pay for on there.
Okay.
A lot of stuff.
Merch and stuff like that. I can see you doing merch. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I got all
what's up.
merch too. Clothes, hats, lighters. I got all types of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got an OOO chain getting ready to drop. I got DJ Nasty cologne getting ready to drop. I got a lot of shit. Like,
Oh, let's talk about that, offline, because I didn't even think about that. I would love to get a perfume. I'm going to do an online shop eventually for my brand. I just, been pumping out content. But I like that you got a cologne coming out. Like I'm looking at selling things and having products that fit my personality.
did a deal. I did a deal with Remy. I just did a deal with them recently.
What's the deal that you just did with Remy?
I'm just saying, they reached out. They saw my platform. They saw the things that I was doing, and they wanted to do a deal with me. Not a liquor deal, but like really more like an endorsement deal. So we got that popping with them. Shout out to Remy, my girl Satonia over there. They show major love. So I love Remy Martin. They're great people.
2 things that I request. Feel free to send me a bottle as a housewarming gift. And when you drop records, I do voiceover professionally, and I have a talent agent. I would love to grace an interlude or a bar or a verse.